I'm really excited to talk to you today. Yesterday, my dad and I and his girlfriend, who is like family to me, we all went to some local nurseries in Maryland and Pennsylvania. And, I always have him do the drive-in because I really don't like to drive. When we got there, I was so excited and I had some thoughts. So Sheffield Made Plants has has a video where you can do coleus in the house. And so I bought some coleus to try to grow them in the house. I really like these splotchy ones, so I was sure to get these. I did buy another splotchy one. I planted outside, and I'm not even sure if I meant to do that, but well, these are just a full-on experiment. He said that you can grow them and then cut them back in the winter when they go dormant, and then in the spring they'll be fluffy again and not overly leggy. So that's why I bought these. Technically, in my climate, these would be outdoor plants. I don't know if they're annuals or perennials here, but I think they're so cute, and I've always loved the colors. So that's my experiment that I wanted to try. I also wanted a fern. I wanted a fern or I wanted moss because my terrarium, I think, could handle that and would enjoy it. And I found this creature. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's labeled as a fern zebra, and it was $6. It is just the neatest looking plant. It definitely looks like a fern to me. This is going to go in the terrarium. It's got roots coming out of the bottom, so I might try to repot it a little bit into a slightly bigger pot. I got some little pots out to pot it up and see how it does. So that was my fern find that I found. I also found, now I found these at various places, and I don't remember which are which, but I found this. It's called a Syngonium Gold, and it's so teeny tiny, and I thought it would be a great addition to go in with the pearl. It's got such tiny little leaves, so it's really exciting. I didn't necessarily, I'm always very attracted to Syngonium. These are one of my favorite plants, and so, but I went in there thinking, I wanted a certain kind of plant. If I found something really outrageous, I might buy it. And I didn't buy anything but in the Syngonium family except this one. So I know how teeny tiny it is. That's going to go in there as well. I might repot it as well because it has roots coming out of the bottom. Okay. Also, to go in my terrarium, I bought this. It looks like some sort of a white Tradescantia. So cute. I'll get some names for it. And some of the mother plants they had were blooming, and so this must be a top cutting of that. It's got a little bloom on it. It's just so adorable. I hope that it can do well. This is going to go in the terrarium too. And then because I was getting that one, I decided to get a purple one as well. I've never had a Tradescantia, but I do like how they grow, and I've had things similar to these, and I'm hoping that, I'm hoping they'll do well. And then I also got this Calesia Pink Panther. It's a type of Tradescantia. I've had this before in the past as well, and it's often sold next to succulents. And it says to treat it like a succulent, but every time I've bought something like this and treated it like a succulent, it really did not do well. I've lost a couple of these type plants, and so I am going to probably maybe leave it in this pot even, and put it in the terrarium. See if it has a different result. I'm not going to do the same thing over and over and be crazy about it, so we'll try that. And then I bought a Photonia. So I have a white Photonia, which is really doing well with the way I'm treating it. And I'm going to leave it in this pot. I'm not going to repot it because I didn't repot the white one. And then I have a nice little reddish pink Photonia to put next to it. Let's see if it tells me. It doesn't have any variety name or anything. It just says that it's a Photonia. So we're going to put that in there. And, you know, it's not the exotic Photonia I was kind of looking for, but I did want another color because they seems like really good plants for the terrarium. So I did want another one, and that's what I bought. And then the last thing I bought that is probably going to go in the terrarium for now as well is this tiny little philodendron birkin. They had birkins there that were really big and highly variegated, and look at this little jewel. I'm so pleased. And it doesn't look like anything right now. And, you know, it may not survive, but I could have started out with one that was like twice its size for twice the price. But I thought, you know, $4 and I've got a birkin. I got me a baby birkin, and maybe it's going to do well. I can't wait. I haven't had a philodendron. You know, they're all over the internet, and, you know, I recognize them. But I get to start out small and see if I can grow it into something. So these are the plants that I bought that are going to go in the terrarium. But they're not, it's not the full haul. So the biggest surprise that I found on the trip was this Pothos mandula. It's obviously a cutting, and there were several different cuttings. This was the one that I liked the most. And, oh, I'm just thrilled. This was also the most expensive plant that I bought on the trip. And, you know, even my dad kind of looked at it and thought, you know, what is that? Because to him, you know, he doesn't have the same perspective that I have. This is something that I've been watching and kind of following on the Pothos web subreddit. And I've got myself a marble queen, and I got myself a pearls and jade. And I thought that was enough. But the moment I saw this plant, I was so thrilled. If it does it, I am going to repot it because it's in really peaty mix. And I want to get it into the same mix that I have the other two into. I hope it makes it, and I hope it continues to throw out these amazing leaves. I'm going to put it near the window, near my marble queen, and hopefully that's enough light for it, and we can have this little beauty turn into something amazing. But I was so thrilled when I saw this. I knew I had to have it, like even more than the birkin, which I'm going to tell you, I was thrilled to find a teeny little birkin. It's that one. That's my showcase plant, but I found this as well. It's just labeled as a Hoya. I'll have to do some research and find out what kind of Hoya, but it's so beautiful. And it's already got, you know, it's vining out. It's got some, these leaves are new leaves. And so, oh, God, the texture on this thing. So yeah, this is beautiful. Probably repot that. It's got some, you know, roots coming out of the bottom. But yeah, this is a really cute plant. And for the price, I was like, wow, show me to the rest of your Hoya, because this is amazing. And then this isn't the last plant either. Oh, I bought so many plants. I also, at one of the shops, I bought this. I don't know what it is. I'll have to find that out as well. But it looks like a cactus, but it's not sharp. And I don't know what it is. And they had a bunch of them. Some of them were bigger, some of them were smaller. I think they had some hanging plants, hanging pots with these in it, in a large form. And I just was like, wow, this is cute. I'm sure there might be somebody out there who takes one look at it and knows exactly what it is, but I didn't, so I bought it. I'll repot that up too and into gritty mix, because this looks like it just like peat potting soil. Okay, so this plant is the last plant I bought, and I've wanted one of these for quite a while. And of course, anybody who knows Hoyas knows this is a Hoya compacta variegata. And I have debated about whether or not I wanted this for quite some time, but I saw them all sitting in there, and they had some that weren't variegated and some with various levels of variegation. And, you know, some people have said the pros and cons of getting this kind of plant, and I just really always wanted it. So I thought, why not? One of the things about going to these particular nurseries is I don't like to drive. Driving actually kind of scares me. So if it's not a really close by, if it's not a place I'm familiar with, I'm probably not going to go back. So if I saw something yesterday that I wanted, I really kind of had to buy it. Because there's a nursery right down the road. When I went there, I could say to myself, well, you know, I'll probably be back, or I can be back, or I could come back. But I probably am not ever going to go to those again until next year. And you just don't know what you're going to find. I wasn't even sure I wanted this at one point until I saw these amazing plants. So, yeah, that's the last plant I bought. Not as expensive as the Mandula, but a little bit more expensive than some of the others. I have to say these nurseries are amazing. They probably propagate their own from cuttings, and that's how they can keep their prices down. I'm going to go ahead and repot these. So this is my other coleus, the one I found. It's called, I think, a Marble Mania. So this was the one that I was really intrigued by. And I had set it aside and didn't, because it's so big, and didn't leave it in the basket. So this is the one that I just want to show you. I'm probably going to repot this, and I'm still not sure whether these are going to go in the terrarium or not. They may not need the humidity, so I may just leave them out here. The problem is that I'm starting to run out of space. But I just couldn't resist it. If any of them make it, this is the one I would like to make it.